Hi everybody, my name is Vanessa Flores and I am a reproductive specialist. I work in an obstetrics clinic which helps people of lower income. I'm surrounded by patients of many different races, however I'm surrounded by Hispanics, a majority. The patients at my clinic range from ages 25 to 40. We are in a setting where infertility issues are quite high with the lower income areas. The issue that is quite high in this community is infertility rates and how often they are occurring even in women who have completely healthy reproductive organs. I see this quite often in women ages 40 and up because they have less oocytes. Women's fallopian tubes age as they get older and can become less useful when they have reached a certain age. The only symptom of infertility include having unprotected intercourse during ovulation, yet not conceiving when both ovulation and unprotected intercourse happens. As I am a reproductive specialist, I will then treat these patients in order to help them through becoming pregnant and diminish infertility. One treatment might include taking specific medications such as estradiol or progesterone, which are hormones our bodies might need more of in order to get pregnant. Another treatment might be insemination, which includes the use of inserting semen into a woman naturally with a tube. There is a treatment which is also called IVF, which is in vitro fertilization, which includes an egg and sperm being combined outside of the body and then inserting them whenever the time is ready. I determined that for every 100 patients I see, 75 of them suffer from infertility. So I will now go over a patient that I've had. I have an African American female patient who is 34 struggling with infertility. She is from a lower middle class background and has exhausted many of the lifestyle options to treat her infertility. She has been diagnosed with a previous medical condition, which is hyperthyroidism, which she takes brand Synthroid for, 0.100 mcg. I would recommend my patient continue to take the Synthroid as well as starting an IVF treatment. I have suggested a healthier diet and less stress as well as medications, but they have not helped with her infertility. In order to reach our goal of pregnancy for her, I suggest we go on a larger scale of IVF and continue the Synthroid. So I recommend to any patient that comes to see me to seek out a healthier lifestyle and diet before anything else. I believe they should not have to go to an expensive side such as IVF before they at least try to change their lifestyle. I will usually prescribe them estradiol or progesterone as a way to get their hormones rising. I will usually I plan to remain educated on the causes of infertility and understand that there is not one main cause of infertility, unfortunately. There is not a specific condition that you have that will cause you to have infertility. There's actually nothing that scientifically shows why infertility is even caused by, whether it be cancer or, being a child and having specific health conditions that affect you as a kid. None of those really affect infertility that we can show scientifically. I would recommend to any other professionals dealing with this issue to remain supportive above all else and not to judge these people and these women and what they're going through. As healthcare professionals, we need to remain alert on how to react to these situations in order to not scare the patient away. I think we still have a long way to go where it comes to infertility, just because there's not an actual cure to it. It's more of just how can we fix it, but nothing that's going to be concrete to fixing it. It is also very expensive to raise a child, but I don't believe that it should be expensive to want a child. You shouldn't be punished because your body can't produce a child. I also believe we need better resources for women that can't afford to come to the doctor. I know things like telemedicine are coming up in the world where people can simply talk to a professional over a webcam, which really helps because there are certain women that don't have doctor's offices, 30 minutes away from them. It can be hours, 2 hours, 3 hours away from them. So that means that they, if they have to see the doctor once a week, it's very difficult for them to just, be able to take those 3 hours out of their day in order to go see the doctor and then 3 hours back to, their hometown just to receive treatment for something like infertility and having a child. I think we need to have, maybe more Planned Parenthoods where they can be easily accessed and helpful with the doctors that are there for them and they can walk to them or just ride a bus, maybe 30 minutes. But I think it's quite ridiculous that people are having to go 2 to 3 hours away from their, hometown just to receive adequate care. And I really think that, when doctors are prescribing things, they really need to take into account what their their patient has on, economic resources. Can they afford this medication? Can they not? Just to remember that, not everybody has what another person has. Thank you for listening to me.